Hey everyone, D-Dub here, and welcome back to Icewind Dale.
Duty call.
Alright, so we're killing a lot of goblins this episode, because they have infested the pass.
Mine. Gods grant me strength.
My headphones feel like they sound kind of different. Oh, come on.
To victory.
Right then.
Alright.
Aye.
We don't have an ammo belt yet, so I just gotta carry the arrows manually. And I'll probably have to end up dropping some so I can carry other
I
stuff.
stand ready.
I've never been able to actually get all the loot out of this entire place.
Very well.
Alright, there's another band of goblins right up here.
My enemies always strength bring out the best in me.
For anyone that might be wondering why I don't use the throwing axes very often, it's just kind of a habit of mine that I've gotten into over the years. You should probably have that.
I am on it.
Where I just, always kind of forget about it, that I even have them a good portion of the time. Alright, kill the archer. I have some magic I can use, but I feel like there's more important things I can use it on.
The battle is joined.
Aye. Not a problem.
Alright, there's a few more goblins
My sword is yours.
down below us.
Duty calls.
There are also some chickens wandering around. I think they're worth like 1 XP, which really isn't anything. But I usually kill them anyway, just to kind of complete the effect. The idea was the goblins were trying to eat them.
Very well.
I'm just a completionist, though. I feel like chickens would not still be alive out here. It's extremely cold and there is no food for them, so... You know, I'll just do what the game should have done.
To victory.
Alright, got a pretty big group here. Let's put them to sleep. Or not, because I missed.
Of course, your
This time,
life is forfeit.
actions must speak louder than words. I'll make this as painless as
Aye.
possible.
Done.
The other chickens.
See to it.
There's more goblins down there. Some on the bridge, some a little further down the road.
I shall see to it.
I should loot here before getting their attention.
No trouble at all.
Aye.
Gods grant me strength.
Alright, so here come all the rest of them.
You can count on me.
Like, eventually in the game, it actually does get important to use all the things at your disposal. But frankly, the early portion of this game, for a party that's even slightly metagamed, like, you know, if you tried to get even just slightly optimal rolls,
Ready.
you should be able to take out basically everything.
Very well.
My enemies always bring out the best in me. My enemies always bring out the best in me.
Ow. Alright, let's just take this one out.
You can count on me.
I'm here.
I'll pick up the rest of this stuff if I have room for it by the end, but I don't think I will. So there's a half-eaten dog there.
Very well.
I don't really know why that's there. It doesn't do anything. And of course the mill is broken.
I shall see to it.
And then we got this goblin marshal here.
I stand ready.
He is evil. So I never have any regrets about killing him. If you want to, you can talk to him first. And he tells you that his head hurts. And he doesn't know why. Now, they never explicitly say it, I don't think, but I'm fairly certain that's because Crenshinabon, along with Belafet, has been screwing with the heads of all the goblins and is using them down here.
Aye.
Okay.
No trouble at
So
all.
this guy is one of the slightly tougher enemies in here. I think we can take him without much of a problem, though. It's just a few orcs. Which are, yeah, see, only marginally stronger than regular goblins. I say regular, than goblins. But their chief does have a magical item.
Ready.
Oh yeah, I need to check something real quick. So lore is 16, 9, 13, 12, 12, and 0. Yeah, just making sure the mage had the best lore.
Duty calls.
And then there are some goblins down here.
It is a shame that we must resort to violence.
Whoa, what's happening? No one seems to be auto-attacking. He's still got his melee weapon out. Ooh.
Onward.
Alright. That did not go their way. Over here, we have Nate, I believe it is. Oh, this is Germsy. Nate's someone else. Setting him free gives you a nice experience dump, though. These goblins and orcs killed his family. They were the people that were lying on the ground upstairs. Right. I forgot my dwarf can dual wield. Let's just max out 2 weapon styles so I don't have to worry about that. I can carry a little more, like that. Let's give one of these to my thief. My druid went up. And we're at level 2. Alright, Alicorn Lance is good. Beast Claw, that turns your weapon, like your melee, into a weapon and gives you extra strength, but it's not great. More healing is always nice. That's an interesting one. It does say it charms humans. Dwarves, elves, gnolls, gnomes, goblins, half-orcs, actual orcs, lizardmen. Alright, I'm taking that one. That one actually is pretty diverse in its usage. Alicorn Lance is just a straight-up attack spell. So it's always handy to have that around, too.
It shall be done. You can
Okay.
count on me.
Last of the goblins in the windmill are in here.
Let's go to work.
We should kill this one now.
Stand and deliver.
Gods grant me strength.
Aye.
Yeah, he's not great at dual wielding, but he can do it.
Me?
I should keep one open slot. just in case.
Very well. Aye. Very well.
Okay,
Very well.
so we have 2 more primary visits. I think there's another little group of goblins up this road. Oh, the chicken's back. Kill it.
It shall be done.
I do not like the pathfinding, but the Infinity Engine games all suffer from that.
Come then.
Die.
Yeah, that should be about it.
I.
And then in here, we can find the ogre.
You can count on me. It
So he
shall be
also
done.
is having problems with his head.
Face.
So his head's hurting just like everyone else's.
Watch me go.
But he's an ogre, so we
Onward.
can't just leave him sitting around, right?
Understood.
And a swashbuckler
Let us
can't
go.
backstab.
No trouble at all.
Alright, so here's the plan. We kill him fast. He's awake now.
Your command?
Whack him,
would you
fire. Oh, down he goes.
Ready.
He is just kind of a basic ogre. Okay, so I don't have a lot of different things to put it on yet. I think I'll take... I'm going to start going with 2 weapon. Because I don't plan on actually having him use 2 weapons for quite some time.
Aye.
My paladin's going to be my main tank up in the front.
It shall be done.
But eventually, I will have him do that. So it's best to at least get started. I think there's some goblins at the entrance to the cave. There are not. Alright, I'm going to clear it out now since I've explored everything that's out here. We have this little extra section, which actually is massive and not little at all.
I'm not a
I
problem.
stand ready.
You'll
Stand
soon
and
sleep
deliver.
with the dead.
Speak louder than words. It is a shame that we must resort to violence.
Easy as goblin pie. Die.
At your command.
Half the loot is mine. My life is forfeit.
No one else gonna kill him? There we go.
I am needed.
So the daggers, the small shields, and the
You can count
battle
on me.
axes are all only worth 1 gold. So don't worry about taking one over the other. Of course.
Done.
Ow.
You can count on me.
Easy as goblin pie.
Not everyone?
You can count on me. My sword
Nice.
is very well.
I think that's the last of all the goblins. Now there's just a few beetles in a cave. As I recall, these things are almost completely immune to, like, missile damage. I can't exactly remember.
Battle is joined.
No, they take extra, or they take the same damage as everyone else. They do hit pretty hard, though. If they manage to whack you, it's unpleasant.
Plenty.
That does not last long.
It shall be done.
What now?
Alright. Can't identify either of those.
I am on it. Aye.
So now it does not matter what I pick up. I just want to restock my ammo. There we go.
May I help?
Yes?
And everyone else is full, right? Now everyone else is full.
I shall see to it.
Cool, let's go.
I shall see to it.
Can my druid actually use... No, cannot. Good to know. I was never certain. I usually play fighter druids, mainly for the armor. It's been a while since I've had a pure druid, but given that the fighter multi-classes, I've rebalanced their proficiency system to a way that I feel makes more sense as far as the game goes. But it does make them a bit overpowered. And so I wouldn't use it for a walkthrough like this. The rule is still enabled. I just don't have anyone that it applies to. Alright, so Kuldahar Pass is cleared. Let's head over to the city itself.
Fighting their way.
There's Nate. That's the kid I was thinking of.
Aye. Aye.
Alright, so we got a couple of interesting places to stop around town. This shop is where you can sell all your miscellaneous goods. That includes
can
gems
count on
and
me.
jewelry, but also things like keys and books. He'll also take shields. And I'm not quite certain why, but he does. I could have him identify that one I've got. Seems like kind of a waste, though. I'm probably gonna have to spend a bunch of money on some just, like, basic equipment before I'm done in the city. So I don't think he's got anything I want. Now, he's got a couple interesting bard items that I can't afford anyway. He sells a girdle and bracers, which I would grab if they did anything at all, but they don't. They're just kind of for show, I guess.
It shall be done.
Then we got
Aye.
Oric's Tower up here. Oric is, of course, the mage. He's in this area to study mythals, which are an ancient, lost elven form of magic. He's got a side quest involving finding some information, which you can't complete till you go to the Severed Hand.
Very well.
This here is his goblin servant, Weenog.
Very
Who
well.
eventually becomes one of the first actual goblin
Duty
mages.
calls.
So he sells lots of magic. I don't think I have anything to sell to him. No, I don't want that. I think you get a magic missile pretty early on in the Vale of Shadows, but that could be random. So I don't know. Find Familiar, my mage could use, because it'll increase his health. Not by much, but by a little.
My sword, it shall be done.
And since there's no main character in Icewind Dale, unless you use a mod to make one of them a main character, anyone can have a familiar, but it's limited to one person. So if you have multiple mages, you can give one a familiar, but it can only be one. I'm not sure why they did that. That seems like a weird rule.
Welcome. Yes, I am Arendelle. Known to some, yes. Let us say I knew of it. There are malevolent now. These all point. I can only tell you of what little I know. both the great oak and the town nestled within its roots. I suggest if they go to the Vale of Shadows,
Alright.
learn what you can
There's
about the
nothing
happenings
upstairs
there,
yet.
then return here
You can
and we
count
shall
on me.
discuss
Very
a
well.
course of action.
He wants me to go to the
Good
Vale of
luck.
Shadows because
And
the
farewell.
place is turning, like, dark, pretty much. He doesn't know why, but he thinks it might be connected to various bad, like, weather, monster and animal sightings, people disappearing. All of these things are actually a result of the work of Belafet, working with the powerful, evil artifact relic thing, Kren Shinabon. That's weird. And, that person just went inside. What's not in here?
I shall see to it.
Ernst is a potter, you
count
can just
on
talk
me.
to him. And, of course, Yuxonomai, Belafet's enemy, who he's here to fight, and the one that he's getting all the power to oppose. Belafet's the real big bad of the game, but Yuxonomai's pretty much just as bad as he is. Alright, these are the only enemies in the game at this point. A couple of Yetis that rolled in from the Vale of Shadows. Which normally aren't out there, but they are currently,
Aye.
because of an Auralite priestess. Alright, so he wants me to go kill
I am on it.
the Yeti chieftain that killed his brother and get a family heirloom back. Which is a necklace.
I shall see to it. Duty calls.
Those Yeti pelts, they're worth good money. And they're not supposed to be able to stack. They do that because of one of the mods I've got. I don't know which one. I don't know why it does that. It shouldn't. But I don't have the patience to try to figure it out. And I feel like even if I did figure it out, I would still have to live with like an annoyance because I would have to get rid of one of the other mods. I think it's like a piggyback thing, and I don't know why.
By tempers, our paths have no vision. Is this a king? But now his body must. I have cast my spirit into the nether realm, and you must come to Hengoro, to the great
So he is
mead
here to
hall
take
where the
you to-
tribes have gathered. You alone can forestall the war.
Alright, I don't think he
between our
gets angry.
peoples.
You can keep on trying to get it, and eventually you will, or you can just go down here. No, we can't identify any of it. But that is +1 sling right out of the gate, so I'd suggest
I am
grabbing
on
it.
Very well.
No actual quests up here. Brother Ferg and then his twin brother inside, Brother Gus, are both priests of Ilmatar, but they don't really do anything except talk to you about
I am
lore
on it.
and the town itself. This woman here offers temple services. So you can buy some basic curatives from her, and you can, of course, donate and have healing magic, which is like the only temple in the entire game. Because their chief priestess, Mother
You can
Agania,
count on me.
and a visiting priest of Ilmater, Brother Polkalin, both disappeared recently. Polkalin is Belafet in disguise. He's not a priest of Ilmater. That's a cover. And Agania is held in Dragon's Eye by Yuxonomai's forces. We'll eventually get to her. Alright, there should be
I
some
am on
mummy's
it.
tea, which I think my mage actually can identify. Yes. Mummy's tea is nice because it can cure disease. It doesn't help with poison, but it does cure
Alright, I shall
disease.
see to it. Duty calls.
Alright, Lysin
Very well.
here you can speak to. And you can ask her some basic stuff. Once you're done speaking, she'll go to leave. Or maybe... Oh yeah, she's leaving. You can see she's evil. Oh well, if she stayed around for a second. She's evil. You can ask Whitcomb, who runs the place, about her.
I stand
He gives you,
by.
like, bar services,
I am
but
on
you
it.
don't need those. She'll be important later.
I am on it.
And nothing else in that
It
house.
shall be done.
So we've got Oswald Fiddlebender up here in his flying ship. And I won't have to worry about those. Trying to make room for something, but it's not going to matter. So Oswald is a weirdo, but he makes lots of
count on me.
potions. He's also the only person that buys potions. So he's got lots of potions. They have potions of Mirror Eyes. Wasn't aware of that. You can tell just by their look. Some of these things were made for this game and some weren't. I don't know, some of them look different than normal. Just slightly. And the Flaming Oil is entirely original to this game.
Very well.
And then we've got the blacksmith, whose son recently disappeared. So he's all depressed.
I am on it.
That chest back there, I think you can pick it with a high enough lockpick. Or you can just run through his quest line, eventually find his son, and you'll get the key. Alright, so Conlon sells some seriously powerful stuff. Lots of magical weapons. Of basically every variety. He'll buy Yeti pelts. For a good price. Because you can get a bunch of them. But I have other plans for those. I want to turn them into some magical hide armor. I think it's magical. It might just be regular, but then gives you some slight defensive bonuses. But it also gives cold protection. It takes like 10 of them, 2,500 gold. I usually do it early on just because it's not that expensive and it's pretty handy. So he's got all of your basic equipment. And a short bow +1. Although I should be able to get one of those out of the Veil of Shadows. And then a lot of +3 and +2 weapons that cost absurd amounts. Ammo belt. I want that. And I think there was something else. Right. I've got the money to grab 2 sets of plate mail. And so I will. I get one eventually out of the Veil of Shadows, and plate is expensive and money's tight at this point in the game. So I'm not going to buy any more. At this point, I'm going to get 2,500, I can make the Yeti armor, and then I'm going to save like 10,000 to get a bag of holding from Auric. Once I have those, I can start investing in some more good gear. But frankly, you find a lot of the better gear just around the game.
Duty calls.
So he charges 3 for just a peasant, and the other ones are grossly inflated too. He recently took over the inn when the original owner disappeared. Most people assume he just went missing. He did not. You can find his ring in, I think, this room. There it is. He inscribed on it, "People of Kuldahar, should evening fall upon me, my life be no more, I leave the evening shade to you." The evening shade is the inn.
My sword is your duty.
So I can take this back down, confront Alduin here about it. And because I'm a paladin, he tries to call me out on breaking and stealing stuff. So you get some XP for talking him down, telling him to tell everyone that he found the original owner dead, forged a will, and took over the inn. Because he said the town needs an inn, no one else would care for it, and he was here, so he might as well. And now it's back to normal prices. Alternatively, you can say you can threaten him with it, and say, look, I don't want to cause any trouble. I just want to be able to sleep, and he can let you sleep in royal rooms for free. Okay, so as a swashbuckler, I can get 2 in 2 weapon style and 2 in short sword. Once I can do that, he'll be a pretty serious fighter. Not like fantastic or anything, but good enough to be a nice rear guard. And so that's my goal for my thief.
You can count on me.
Who else leveled up? I can't remember right now. It was me. It was the paladin, right? I think so. I'm pretty sure no one else has extra spells. No, you just leveled up. You leveled up a while ago. Yeah, no one else is getting spells right now.
Speak your mind.
Alright. So let's identify this. They all have a bad Thaco, but I'm going to give it to my cleric because I think he's got the most strength. Well, he's even with the mage. Interesting. A pseudo-dragon.
Anytime.
And now he's in the pack. The mage has now got 24 hit points, which is, I think, just slightly more than he already had.
You can count on me.
Ready.
I'm pretty sure getting a familiar adds half of the familiar's hit points to your own. And this shield I can give to... No, wait a second. What's it do? Just armor class +2, but no extra against missile attacks. So, as the front tank, I want him to be able to guard against missile attacks. This thing, it's not just it's no extra protection against missile. The +2 from this does not protect against missile at all. That's the issue with small shields and bucklers. So it's only helpful up close, which is the only time that the cleric could be fighting anyway, pretty much. So, until I get a better shield, he'll just stick with that. Arrows +1 I can keep around. Never know when they might come in handy. There's not many of them, but it's something.
I stand ready.
Alright, I can go sell the amulet and the ring
Very
that I
well.
just picked up. And I think after that, that's pretty much everything. Oh, I should sell those as well. You can actually sell slings in this game, just like I could with the quarterstaffs at the beginning, and you can sell clubs. Which is nice, because while they're all only worth 1 gold piece, it's just satisfying to be able to sell them for once, after playing these games for years and never being able to sell them. You still can't in Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, but the Icewind Dale one lets you.
Aye.
You have your spells back, right? Yes.
It shall be done.
Gotta go sell a sling. This is my biggest gripe with Icewind Dale, is the slow walking through town to each of the different services. I mean, I get it adds to the world, right? It's a big map, it's got all this stuff in it, each person does something different. I don't have a problem with the lore reasons. It just takes so long to get around everywhere, and you have to do it many times throughout the game. Now, it'll be much easier once I get a bag of holding, because then I won't have to come back here as often. I'll just be able to carry stuff for ages.
At your, you can count
And
on
I
me.
should have a bag of holding within, like, the next 2 episodes or so. That might be a little fast, but it shouldn't take me too long.
You can count on it. Shall be done.
Once you really start adventuring in the Vale of Shadows and piercing the main tomb, you get, like, a lot of expensive stuff. Alright, well I think that's plenty for this episode then, so I'm gonna end this one here. We've done all the minor things in the town itself, and we're getting ready to head out to the Vale of Shadows for the first proper adventure. Then be fighting lots of undead and lots of yetis. And hopefully by the end of the next one I should have that yeti armor. I can start focusing on a bag of holding. But that's all for this one, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.